talk to me like I'm not stupid.
Sure. Well, because you and
she's not in a sex cult. She runs a sex cult.
Suicidal, all these things.
This is
because he's essentially got her into an area where she's like, it's almost like she's advocating for the genocide of mentally ill people because of like a hatred that she has for herself because of like difficult things. Like this is like the case that he's built. I wonder if this is going to come back around also to the cult thing too. Oh my God, what's up?
Hold on, I want to close your stream. Very baked. How are you? Are you happy you're home?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. Where are you at? Hold on.
Hold on, and I'm also, my regular microphone fucking I just didn't work today, so I'm on a different one, so I don't know what I sound like.
Oh, well, it's okay. How you feeling? Did you watch the whole thing?
Yeah, because I'm a total fucking narcissist, bro.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, I did.
Welp, what do you think?
Well, I'm happy. I'm super happy. Oh my God, like 2 boys just went at it over me on the internet.
No boys are going at it related to you. I was just analyzing the conversation, okay? But if that's the fan fiction that you want to have in your head because it makes you feel better about your existence, then I guess knock yourself out. But
it is. It 1000% is the fan fiction. Guys, how's his audio? It 1000% is my own version of what happened. But yeah, I thought it was good. I thought you caught everything that I felt like I was feeling during it with Max. I was just really surprised. He messaged me the night before and told me he was angry at me and that he was upset with what I said about him in my videos. And I understand that he was upset with me. I also think he was tired. Did you see the way that he left the stream early or left the stream at all? I'm surprised he stopped it is what I'm surprised at.
I think that he's probably more used to being the one, like, not very thrown off at all. Like, so it probably, was probably, you're an exhausting person to talk to. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh my God. Honestly, I agree. No, I love that though. Like that really did stroke my ego a little bit because I thought Max was going to be the first person on the internet to kind of, I don't know, do something. I don't know what I was expecting, but something, I guess.
I mean, I think the conversation got pretty rough for you if you were watching in the part when you guys start to get to like societal prescriptions and stuff. I think it got a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think I thought he like you said, he came at me with like billboard talk. Like it wasn't authentic. I was like, are you upset about this? Are you pretending to be upset because your audience is watching? I just thought it was going to be a more open conversation, which I think we'll have next time. My theory is that this was like a test for him to make sure I wasn't a crazy person or something. Then next time it would be more fun. I don't know, or more open. I'm not sure, but I definitely was having fun with the conversation. After I realized he wasn't going to hear me, no matter how I answered, I would be wrong, which came from the winning and losing comment. If he thought of it as winning and losing, then we already lost the discussion. I came in just thinking we were going to have fun. Sure. Talk. I didn't know we were going to debate, which hardly felt like a debate.
Yeah, sure. I understand what you mean. Oh, did you hear my my comments? I think that like when you talk about like okay, a lot of the advice I'm about to give you, because I think the more difficult parts here were okay, Jesus, I have to keep going. Okay, the best type of conversation is when you have 2 people and both of them are trying really hard to understand what the other person means. So both of them can like say the wrong words sometimes or like not do the best job at getting like what they're trying to say out, but like both of them really want to have a good conversation and both of them like really want to know what the other person is saying. So it works fine, right? So somebody says something and you're like, okay, I know you mean this or whatever, blah, 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 right? You know what I mean, right? This is the best type of conversation. These are incredibly rare. You'll almost never run into these. The more common type of conversations where when one person is trying to be really good faith, but they kind of have to do it for both sides. I think that's something you need to do when you're getting into conversations where they're like pointed attacks or I won't say attacks, I'll say like debates, is I think you need to do a way more concrete job of giving actual examples of what you consider to be like a level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5 person, you know?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I at that point should have had more up my just how do I say this here so nicely? I've already made like so much content on this, and it's in my videos.
Yeah, but like
I feel
nobody's gonna watch all your content, right? It's kind of like it's like when people criticize like Jordan Peterson and people be like, well, have you read his book and watched his 12-hour seminar? And it's like, no, yeah.
Let me give you an example. Like, I like to use Jerry from Rick and Morty as an example.
Okay.
Do you know who Jerry is?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a 1. He's a sweet one, and I love him.
Sure.
He's literally useless to himself and his communities.
Mm-hmm.
Like a perfect 1. Rick's a perfect 4. The kids are perfect like 2s and 3s.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. Hold on. I'm sorry. I understand what you're saying because I will try to be exceedingly.
No, retard. I'm just saying.
But I'm just saying.
If I gave an example, you would have had to see Rick and Morty to understand the example.
Sure. Yeah, I understand. So, like, when other people hear it, this is how they're hearing. I don't know if you're conscious of this, but when other people hear it, they think, okay, a level 5 would be somebody like Elon Musk. He contributes so much to society.
Retarded.
He's a billionaire. Yeah, and a level 1 is like the crackhead down the street. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Talk to me like I'm not stupid.
Sure. Well, because you and Max spent like an hour talking about level 1s, and you were
Max talked to me like I was stupid. It makes me want to talk to you like you're stupid.
Sure, I know. I'm just saying that like you guys were like super like not crossing paths there. Yeah.
Max can't say I'm a good person and also a Nazi cult leader. It's so fucking boring. You know what I'm saying? It's so fucking boring. This is like when I came back to YouTube, these were the conversations I did not want to have. I didn't want to have clarifying conversations with every fucking stupid person who didn't want to do 15 minutes of research, right?
Sure.
Like,
which is what Max says too, ironically enough, but yeah.
Right, exactly. So how did Max end up fucking 2ing me? In a discussion where he was supposed to be better than the quote unquote others. The general public. He was supposed to be the real open person. He's not. He's stuck in a cycle of fucking trauma. No one can heal from their anger. And what was that bullshit you said earlier where you're like, oh yeah, I agree with Max. Like she just has more control over her anger. Have you all not gone to therapy?
No, I think what I was trying to say there is that like, I think sometimes the way that he talks about certain concepts he uses words in a way that if he was a little bit more clear, you would agree, but he just says it in like the most like fuck you way possible.
Stop. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't hearing Max and thinking, I know exactly what Max is doing. He's afraid of me. He's doing a thing that the dogs do when they're afraid. They're like, he's biting at me and trying to figure out if I'm really going to hurt him, which just makes me annoyed that 38-year-old man who claims to be so open can't even assess a 5'1" little nerd pot-smoking loser on the internet and thinks like she's some great like future Hitler.
Sure, but I don't think it was unique to you. It wasn't a testing the waters thing. This is just naturally, it's how he always expresses himself. Like he'll say something like
Max's work though.
Well, what?
That's what I'm saying. I'm not criticizing. I'm saying Max needs to understand that he's living in like a little bubble where he thinks like people should go to therapy. Oh, and by the way, he must have been tired because Steven, at the end of his stream on that same day, he literally told his audience, if I had gone to therapy, I would have been better. I went to therapy. I told him the same story in that stream. So he was obviously tired. I didn't even get Max at 100%. I got tired, Max.
I think you got him at 100%, but I think the conversation was like uniquely challenging for him.
He got tired at the end.
Yeah, he was tired because the conversation tired him out, not because he came in at half energy.
I was having so much fun. I thought he was playing some meta game where we're having like 3 conversations because he couldn't. But then I realized halfway through, oh my god, you're not as perverted or like into sex as I am. He's sex repressed.
No, I don't think.
He literally says, Steven. He literally said the stream that he's never met a woman who didn't have a struggle of shame in masturbation.
Yeah,
how have you never met a healthy person?
No,
how have you never met a sexually healthy person?
Okay.
Come on. The one time I'm actually like fighting with you, come on, give me something. You're tired.
Well, no, it's just you're wrong, but I don't know how much I'm invested in.
I'm not wrong. You are wrong. Max said multiple times he doesn't like sex work. He thinks sex workers can't be philosophers. He thinks
okay. Can I just explain this? I don't want to argue this with you because I know I'm right. Okay, so I'm just going to explain. I'm just going to explain this thing. Okay, because I don't know how much of his conversations you've watched, but when he says some things, okay, he's not speaking English. He's speaking Mr. Girlish, okay? So when
he didn't do that with me.
No, he absolutely was. I know.
No, because I was following the whole time. He kept thinking he was trying to like fucking matrix me. Like, bro, you're having the most basic conversation with me right now.
Okay, so like an example. Okay, I'm gonna talk over you until I finish this point. Okay, so here's an example of one of the things that he constantly does, that throws the other person off kilter. And you don't understand that you actually agree and he doesn't. So when he says something like, you say something like, oh, like I've overcome my anger. When you say that, Brittany, you don't necessarily mean like, oh, I don't ever feel angry anymore. But he'll say something like interpreting that, and he'll say something like, nobody ever truly overcomes his anger. But what he actually means is correct. We all still feel anger to some extent, but he phrases it in such a way that when you hear it, you're thinking that he's saying that like, okay, I know I'm right. I've watched him do this like a million times, but Yeah.
He, in that conversation with the way he presented me, unlike his other videos,
Obama.
did come off differently. He literally was making the point that he does not think you heal from anger. You only learn how to cope with your anger better.
Sure, but like I understand what you're saying, but like you have to walk through like 20 different redefinitions, because if I talk to you long enough, I can get you to agree to that, and it'll be using.
I'm saying we agree. Him and you and I don't agree. He would not agree with you.
No.
He would say no, Steven. No, I'm saying Brittany is always angry. He told me there's a subtle amount of anger that's always in me. He said that in the video.
Sure, which you probably agree with, right?
That doesn't make sense. That's like saying, why am I angry? Why would I be angry right now? I'm having the
because the way that he defined
I'm on top of the world right now. I'm
Okay.
fucking on streams and having fun. What does that mean to have I've met angry people who haven't squashed their anger. It's like you're walking on eggshells around them. I look like someone who people are walking on eggshells around, but MrGirl is.
Hey, Brittany, you're having a real 2 moment right now. Okay, I need you to step out of your bubble.
Fine.
Okay, I would agree with you any other time. I'm just saying that like. Here's like a statement he would say, okay? Everybody has anger issues that they're repressing or some shit. He would say it like that. But what he really means, and I've had this a million times with him, what he really means when you dig and dig and dig and dig and dig, what you'll finally get to is he'll say that original statement of like, nobody can control their anger. What he really means when he says that is, everybody experiences some degree of anger. Some really angry events are going to shape you somewhat. Your personal experience are going to shape you somewhat. And that's going to play out in like the type of person that you are. And by the time you drill down all the way to that, it's going to be a pretty agreeable statement. But they always come out initially as like incredibly disagreeable or very hyperbolic to the point of absurdity, to where you have to run back on 7 different definitions to figure out what the fuck do you mean when you say, I don't like sex work, or like everybody has some level of shame, right? Because like he might say something like that, like, oh, like everybody has some level of shame when it comes to masturbation. And I'm like, well, I'm not ashamed when I'm masturbating. Like, what do you mean? If you're like, oh, well, would you masturbate in front of a 4-year-old? Well, okay, I guess not. That's what I mean when I say everybody to some extent wants something. And it's like, okay, if you're gonna mean it like that, that's what I mean. He does those kinds of like phrases a lot. That's what I mean when I say, yeah.
I disagree. I think you think he's more introspective than he is.
I don't, in terms of like how introspective he is, I'm not even at that point of like how introspective he is. I'm just talking in terms of like he uses language in a very unwieldy way sometimes.
I think I do understand how he uses language, and I'm telling you, I miscalculated by thinking he was doing some cool meta conversation. He's not.
Okay, sure, but like, so for instance, like, okay, Okay, let me say a couple things. So one, it's easy.
He is to some extent. Like, I wish he was here with us.
Sure, well, we can pull him in sometimes. Like, there were multiple points in that conversation where I even paused and I said, this is where this is going, because I could see what he was trying to establish and set up. But I don't think you did. I thought you were having a different conversation where you thought you were both kind of like chumming along and like having a talk, and he's like trying to assassinate you. He's trying to kill you in the conversation.
Yeah, for sure. I'm turned on by it. What do you think the arousal is for?
But I don't know if I think that you thought that his engagement was a bit more like, we're having a conversation, not like he's building a case. Yeah, you were trying to have
So listen, do you want to know when I figured it out? When I came back from the bathroom, he completely ignored me on stream, pretended he wasn't talking to me, answering my questions but not answering my questions. That's why I kept saying, is my mic on? Because he wasn't doing the proper, I'm like, oh, he's mad at me.
Sure.
I made him upset. Like, he's acting passive aggressive. And like, so it's really interesting because I've watched like 15 hours of Max at least. Like, I've watched his porn documentary. I've watched like Chasing Women. It was amazing. I've watched his streams with other people. I feel like I understand him, but I think it's like this. I think there's like you and I and him are like on a spectrum of like different ways of seeing like different bubbles. And I'm saying that he is talking with a language where if he was like me, like aggressively open, then why did he come at me with such obviously insane arguments? Like, it doesn't make sense for him to see me as any kind of cult leader, because if you know what a real cult is, you know Brittany's not a cult leader. So for him to see me as one says he can only see me through the lens of his bubble, because it makes no sense. Like, even like, in what world am I a cult leader in any real way, Steven? In any real way.
Okay, that I have to think more about that. I don't know why the conversation went in that direction. Because there were.
He said he was afraid of me.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's what he set out in the beginning to do. It seemed like it because it was a pretty deliberate, like it was very like court-like. Did you do this? Do you believe this? Do you do that? And then, well, now I think you're this. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I mean. He boxed me, and I don't understand how Max could have boxed someone when he complains all the time.
Yeah, of course, about getting boxed, which is why I thought it was interesting to do that. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying I'm not mad about it.
Sure, I know. I'm not here to say that you fuck. I'm just saying that like there are a couple things I think you can do, like giving the clear definitions of like what a two is, because you guys spent a long time.
I absolutely should have done that better. I should have had it like 5 examples ready or something.
Sure, or
all
even
of them
just
I've done.
Yeah. Because he was in like hardcore character assassination mode for a lot of that conversation, and you were doing something. Yeah, okay.
The problem is like Brittany, I knew when I came back to YouTube that like this was what I didn't want. It's so boring. Like just be character assassinated. Like I'm so it's so stupid.
Sure, if I'm being a little bit fair to him, his goal I don't think is to character assassinate for the sake. He's not trying to like cancel you or anything, right? He just wants like really like evocative conversations or like very like into the
but he said there's no way for me to prove I'm not running a cult, so what's the point of engaging? It's literally there's no incentive to me to not having fun with it, right? Like, hey, how are you? Like, oh my god, what am I supposed to do with this? Like, no matter what I say, just like he said in the beginning, he can't win against me, so it's like, what are we doing here? It's fun. It was fun, but it was like it's like a video game, and it's like a certain flavor. Just like conversations are a certain flavor. Like this feels like we're two girlfriends. I'm like, dude, what was that?
Sure.
And you're like, I don't know. Well, you should have done this. And I'm like, but that's my goal isn't to like reform the world. My goal is just to talk to weirdos who are like me. I'm quite literally looking for people to talk to.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right? Like I've been pretty transparent with that, but I don't know. Like I don't know how he's so pro therapy, but then doesn't believe in CBT. Like it makes no sense to me. I did DBT, so does he not count my therapy? Does he think I didn't?
Well, isn't he? Do people that do psychoanalysis? I don't think they employ those therapeutic methods, do they? Like, if you are on that side of the psychology realm, I don't think you believe in like CBT or DBT or whatever, right?
Okay, well, I mean, I don't know what to do. Like DBT was literally the tool I needed, right? Like
I mean, it's literally made for borderline people, so I mean, I would imagine you should feel it, yeah.
Yeah, and Dr. Marsha Linehan has borderline herself, so like she's a big deal she's like the superhero of the borderlines. Like, yeah, she's pretty cool. So that's what I mean. I think a part of me is annoyed that the one thing that actually did help me was therapy in combination with everything else I've done with my life. I don't know. It's the same way I feel when I have any conversation with anyone. You just go in with a preconceived notion. That was my bad.
Well, I mean, we have to have some preconceived notions, right? That's understandable.
I was excited. I just thought we were gonna like be creepy together and like kind of have cool conversations. But I think he's upset with his creepiness while I embrace mine. Like
he might also be like on a real like human side. If we're being very human, he might have also just genuinely been upset because he felt like he said things that were hurtful towards him or misrepresented him, and this was like kind of like his chance to. That sounds really vindictive, but like even the playing field, right? Like, okay, well, you said that I did this and this and this. Well, let's talk about you fucking cult leader. You know, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what I mean. I'm always put in a position where I feel like I'm punching down because like the poor, like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, when am I ever going to feel like I'm just like having fun with an equal? I don't get it. Like, you're on YouTube. This is our, like, it's not personal. I'm having so much fun. I want MrGirl to come in here and make fun of us too. Like, I don't want him to feel like we're picking on him. Like, we're not in the schoolyard. We're just having fun.
Sure,
like
maybe.
This is like,
yeah, the thing that makes me hard for that is I don't know what his engagement was with your content before you guys talked, or what you said exactly. I'd have to say that too, right? Because like my worst conversations are usually when somebody has shit on me first, and then that's.
I called him a 2. I said he thinks his beliefs are objective, and I said I don't.
Well, hold on. Wait, nothing you say now matters, right? Because it's gonna, the tone of the video and everything is gonna be the important thing, and then his emotional state at the time and like always going.
It's like asking you just excuse me. You reviewed Kat Black and in 15 seconds called her a retard. Like, sir, you literally are so bad at assessing people on the spot.
Hold on. Firstly, I've had plenty of experience with Kat Black. I confidently believe she's a retard. It wasn't over 15 seconds. It literally has nothing to do with Vosh. She's just a fucking stupid, worthless fuck. Okay, it has nothing to do with Vosh. Okay.
I know. Stop.
But
it's the same thing. Is like I understand, like, we're on the internet and we're getting to know people and we don't know who's here to like trick us or pull a Hassan or some bullshit. I don't know. Who cares? The point is that I just don't want to go on panels and talk to people. I've already done all this stuff. Like, people keep inviting me
defending your character against like how, like, am I a good person or whatever is exhausting and boring.
Like,
I understand. Yeah, of course.
So boring. Like, I already did this when I went to court over my stalker trying to make videos with Onision. Like, I'm over it, guys. I'm old. I've done this. This isn't like a cool opportunity for me to get views. I'm like, nope, I've already done this in my youths. So all I'm saying is, like, all I want, if MrGirl's listening or anyone, is I want authentic, interesting conversations that will use up the time I have on Earth. Like, please entertain me. But I'm not interested in, like, some weird diabolical plan where I'm, like, converting people to pay me $250 an hour to talk.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
I want to buy a house, and I want to be a single mom. Like, I have regular goals like regular people. I want to make a good salary, and I want to retire in America. Like, I'm a pretty basic person.
Wow, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
Oh, is there anything else on your end?
I'm trying to think. Does anybody in chat have anything? Did I miss anything?
Yeah, let me pull up my chat real fast.
It's like a 2-hour
fucking
fucking
going off.
conversation.
I know, I'm losing all my spoons. I need food. I want like a big burger. I think I'll go to our local burger place. Someone has to drive me though, because I'm pretty high.
What's the name of the local burger place?
Look who's so smart. Look who's so smart.
Almost got the docs there. We'll get it, okay?
I'm high. What if I accidentally said it?
True. I actually almost shut you up because I was worried you were about to say it because it sounded like you were thinking about it.
No, even high, the man can't get me.
Nice.
Oh, I'm just too good. I'm just too good for this YouTube. No, my chat's moving so fast. I cannot read your comments, guys. This is too fast for my high brain. No. I'm glad you watched it. I appreciate that. We were all waiting, which is so cute and funny. Like, how cute is this that MrGirl in your audience couldn't decide how they felt until they waited for you to say.
Yeah, that's how they all feel. But I've also we've done a lot of well training in the inceldom, so a lot of them just hate you because you're a fucking woman. So, but I mean, women don't do themselves any favors, so fuck them, you know.
I'm used to that. Honestly, I'm. That's why I'm saying it's so fun. Destiny, Steven, this was. It was like one of my favorite streams. That was so fun.
Nice job. Oh, you should try to talk to Lauren Southern next. She has big problems with Max.
Yes, she
but
showed
also
up to the stream.
Yeah, okay,
she
do
said she
that.
talked to me. Yeah, I want to talk to Lauren. I'm sorry, I'm so busy. I'm getting news back about my fatigue and stuff, and answers, bad answers, but it's gonna be fine. And so I'm just been tired and haven't emailed.
Jesus, what do you have fucking cancer?
Well, no, I think it's better than cancer or worse. I think it's an autoimmune disorder. That's what they think it is. So maybe. So I think it will do some stuff, but it's not as bad as cancer. So I'll take it.
Okay. Well, I mean, HIV would be a pretty bad autoimmune disorder. But...
I think it's lupus. I could be wrong. I don't want to say that in the internet roll with it, but I have literally every symptom of lupus. So I'm thinking it's lupus. I feel pretty confident about that. My lab results have shown some corresponding results that I guess match that. It doesn't matter. The point is, I'm fine, but I'm tired, so I'm sorry. But I will get back to Lauren and Not So Erudite and everybody else. And please, you, me, and Max.
Yeah.
I think he's streaming right now, probably busy, but I think it'd be really nice. Because look, I don't know about you, but I'm thinking we could use this as a chance to just have really good combos. I'm so excited at the prospect of having just a really good combo.
Yeah, or if you guys are talking again, I love moderating. It's fun to translate between the two fucking wacky people.
That's what I mean. Why do you need a moderator for a discussion? I'm so confused.
Well,
is it because we just speak different languages?
Maybe, yeah. But
yeah, so maybe you can just translate, and then he can. Then we'll figure it out. I'm down. Okay, well then, should I leave you then? Does that sound good? We're not getting Max on or something like that. I can go eat a burger.
Yeah, I think you're good because I think he's on a panel. I think I might go jump and see what's going on with that. So be careful.
Cool. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Careful, Habibi. Bye.
Oh, cute.
Loser. Okay.
To lean into that.
Oh my God, he's walking around.
Hello. This isn't a hate stream.
Hello.
This isn't a hate stream at all.
It is a hate stream. I'm here to destroy Mr.
Oh, Jesus fucking
I'm here to
Christ.
absolutely fucking destroy this clown, okay? He attacked
Turn your camera on, big man.
He attacked my queen, Brittany. You tried to make it sound like she was in a sex cult. Max, what the fuck? What were you thinking?
She's not in a sex cult. She runs a sex cult.
Okay, that's all the fire I got. What are you guys talking about here today?
Well, it was supposed to be a hate stream, and then a bunch of people just called in who just want to chat with me, basically. Okay, there's
Mr.
one guy who
I'm
said...
a fan of yours, but I don't really like you. Give me a fucking break.
Oh, all of that. And they're like, oh, well, now that you... Wait, so you don't actually want to fuck 3-year-olds? Okay, I guess you're cool then. Oh, thanks. Like that kind of shit.
Yeah, exactly. There was one guy who said that I was a child molester when I was a child.
Wait.
I mean, that's not mutually exclusive.
Hang on.
There are a lot of kids that abuse other kids, right? It happens. Older brothers.
True, but he was saying that...
He was in the green room. We need to bring him back in.
Yeah, bring him in.
Doberman, come back in. Yes, get it back in voice chat.
Get him back in here. I'll amplify him, okay? Because these guys suck at attacking, but I'll make it work, okay?
Okay, bring it on.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway. What we got?
Because I saw you say about my conversation with Lauren Southern that kids do experiment sexually with each other. So I remember you, but you said if you're masturbating to orgasm at age 10, that's probably a little premature.
Well, that is super. I don't think I would ever make any statement that strong. My understanding. Well, for me,
I think you said it was abnormal.
10 is pretty late, isn't it? Here, this is my personal journey, and I don't.
You mean early? You mean early?
Yeah. No, late. To start masturbating?
To masturbate
to orgasm? Oh yeah, to orgasm maybe. I'm not sure.
You were saying if you were masturbating to orgasm in front of your friends with the intention to orgasm at age 10.
I think that sounds a little early. Yeah, I think that's the case.
That is when I started doing that.
Okay, sure. It's gonna be hard to
'Cause I
pin
was
it down
like-
because puberty is like so like some people are like super puberty at like 9 or 10. Some people like start a lot later. It probably depends, right?
Yeah. So, but this guy was saying like, he was like, how many kids did you fuck? And I was like, I didn't fuck any kid. He was like, before you were 12,
Giga
how
Chad?
many kids did you have sex? I was like, yeah, Giga Chat. I didn't fuck any kids. I was like, I didn't have sex with anyone. I like played doctor or like truth or dare or like naked like stuff, but like wasn't like actually having sex with them. And he was like, do you think that could have traumatized those kids?
No,
was
come
like-
on, like yeah, like it's these are like uncomfortable conversations, but like kids start exploring their sexuality like at like when they're months old. Like boys will touch their dick and like that's what as a parent who's changed diapers is what they do. But like you have to know this shit
Yeah.
to be aware of it. Oh, and also you need to be aware of it because like if you're doing babysitting or if you're doing daycare and the kids are always running off and they're 5 or 6 and it's a boy and a girl and they're going into a room and shit, they're probably doing
gotta
some
go
fucking
check them out.
they're gonna be doing shit. You have to be aware of that. You can't just like sit down and just go la 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 la. Like kids aren't sexual until they're 18. Like you're a fucking moron. Like you're not in a position to be taking care of children if you think that is the case. Like yeah, of course.
Okay, a bunch of people in my Discord got into a debate over whether you can have an orgasm or not an orgasm, an erection. Whether boys get erections before puberty.
Yeah, of course they do.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? And they were like, it was the weirdest thing. They're like multiple people were like, well, I think I have no memory of ever getting an erection before I was 13. It's like, what? Like babies.
If you want to hear,
Babies get
well, dude,
erections.
okay, here comes the TMI as being a father. Here's something you have to actually worry about if you have a son. Is I don't know why or how this happens, but they, this is a MrGirl conversation if I've ever had one. Right? They can get little baby boners, and if they have a piece
Yeah.
of their hair that gets wrapped around their dick, they can actually like get in huge trouble. They can like fuck their shit up because baby hair can get everywhere. Yeah, it can actually get wrapped around and tie a knot, and if they get an erection, they can like have a huge problem there. So you have to be like aware of problems.
Mr.
Like that.
Girl can only get so aroused. Please stop. Jesus.
Sorry, okay, there you go.
Wow.
There's
So it's
a
like
random.
it's like
if you have a
that.
son, that's something you have to keep in mind. You have to be aware of that. So there you go.
That's like an all natural cock
Right.
ring.
Listen,
Well-
choking Doberman's back to bring the fire
Oh yeah, that.
about
okay,
Mr.
yeah.
Girl being a pedo. Go on.
Destiny, how you doing? It's nice to talk to you.
Hi, what's up?
First off, I never said that Mr. Girl fucked anybody as a child.
You said had sex with.
No, well, I said
Well, you
no,
asked me.
no,
You asked me how many kids I had
said-
sex with.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
0.
Okay. Well, you're talking about sexual exploration and all that. You said you were sexually active as a kid.
Yes, I don't remember using those words, but if I did, what I meant was truth or dare, fondling, doctor, games like that. Not. I didn't start actually like masturbating till I was 10.
Okay. Well, put a pin in that for a second.
I jacked a few kids off from 10 to 12.
Jesus Christ.
But they were my age. They were my friends. They jacked me off too. And we loved it. It was great. And we
The worst thing
continued to
about
do
that
so
is it's
until,
gay.
until high school.
Is it's homosexual.
It is homosexual. I jacked off with a lot of my friends until some of those same friends from like 12 to high school.
All right.
Okay.
Where are we at?
Case closed.
The crux of my conversation, the main point I was trying to get at, was did he think there was something wrong with the level of sexual activity he had as a kid?
Oh, well, what do you think, Mr. Girl?
I think it would be weird if everybody had that level of sexual activity. So
Stop.
I
No, you got to answer it. Was it wrong? Was it wrong for you to jerk off other kids who were 12 when you were 12?
no.
Okay.
No.
He says no. What's your response? What do you think about that one?
What do I think?
Yeah, what do
I
you
think
think about
it's a
that? He says he didn't say it was wrong. He said it was A-okay to jerk off 10-year-olds when he was 10. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, I think it's a bit weird, and he admits he was a bit excessive with it and a bit into it. You got to remember too. I'm 55.
Oh, wait a
years old.
second.
A
If I'm
bit
gonna
weird?
jerk
A
off
bit
10-year-old
excessive? That's all you're going to say? That's what you would tell your friends? No.
Well, I mean,
Get
no,
unhinged.
I mean, well, hold on. What would happen if his parents caught him multiple times doing that? What do you think would happen?
They caught me once.
Okay.
They said, lock your door next time. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
My father had a really weird response. He got really angry. No. He didn't say.
Did he join in?
Jesus
No.
Christ.
Chud. He got really angry at me. He told my friend to. I don't want to. I want to change his name. I'm going to change it to William. Melvin. Yeah, Melvin. So he told him to get dressed and said, "Your mom's here to pick you up." And he's really angry. It's like fuming at me, like I'm going to be fucking furious at you. Like just you wait till they leave. And so Melvin leaves, and my father is like, what the fuck are you doing? Blah blah blah. Like he's really mad at me, and then just like yelled at me for a while, and then I think later that night, I was taking a bath. I was probably 8, so I was taking a bath, and he was running me a bath, and I go into the bathroom, and I take my clothes off, but I covered my crotch because I just felt like exposed and like vulnerable. And he said, "You show your dick to Melvin, but not to me." And I was like even at age 8, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, why are you saying that? This is really weird response.
You were 8 when you did that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's pretty weird. Yeah, it's fair.
That's a weird thing to say, right? Like, are you saying you want to see my dick? Or are you saying that, like, yeah, I'm developing relationships with other people that are different from my relationship with you? And also, you just screamed at me for being naked with a boy because you're fucking homophobic or something. And so, yeah, I don't want to show you my dick right when you're being. I'm not going to show you my dick when you're being homophobic to me. So my father's rule with women was, and starting in middle school was, if you get her pregnant, don't get her pregnant in my house, because it'll ruin my career. Now, that was kind of a joke, but there was no like horror or fear response to me being sexual with girls or having a girlfriend.
I think that for boomers, like literal boomers, baby boomers, I think that they were very much like an out of sight, out of mind when it came to sex. I'm not joking. Like that's why a lot of girls had periods and they didn't know they were coming. That's why a lot of their kids are fucking like, oh, I think my son is just spending the night at his girlfriend's house. You know, they get along. I'm sure they're doing fine. Like la 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 la. Like that's just how boomers are. I don't know why.
I was born in '67, so I'm 55 years old. I've got
shit.
Yeah. So my perspective, when you said, Mr. Girl, that you were very sexually active, I jumped a bit, okay? Because I mean, there's you got to admit, you know, kind of weird. So but then again, and I had
I don't know. I feel like that's part of my journey. Is I don't know what's weird. I don't know what is weird, or what do we just not talk about. I want to find out by saying these things. So I don't know how weird it is. I feel like. I was probably on the more sexual side, but I don't know by how much.
I think the frustrating thing is that like when a lot of people talk about sexuality involving kids, people just get very uncomfortable, and I don't want to say they're virtue signaling, but it feels very much like we all have to be like very adamant about like we shouldn't rape children, and like that's like the whole conversation. But then I think that if we're like in a room by ourselves and we're having an honest conversation, it feels really stupid to me when people will say things like, he was trying to look up porn. He's an 11-year-old boy. He wants to see what boobs look like. Like, bro, were you ever a kid? Like, are you even really asking that? Like, you didn't get uncomfortable during certain fucking movies or shows, watching them with your parents when you hit a certain age because there was like a really sexy girl, or like you weren't like sneaking off like the Target or Sears catalogs, or in your generation, it would have been like the Playboys and the Hustlers or whatever. Like every fucking kid did this. Like there were TV shows, The Wonder Years, where they talk about like growing up kids like doing this shit. Like, so it feels a little bit performative sometimes when people are like, what? An 11-year-old boy is interested in grown titties? That's unbelievable. Like, I can't believe it. I was like, come on, dude, really?
No, I think everybody back then pretty much had the idea that an 11-year-old boy would be interested in titties.
Yeah, of course.
I don't think that was the question. I think the point is that, sex was handled extremely differently than it is now.
Sure. Well,
so
it was handled differently, but like people were the same, right? We're all humans gonna human, as my good friend Brittany Simon.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and the thing is Mr. Girl, I'm not going to deny it, apparently grew up in a pretty fucked up situation. So I don't know.
Yeah. That's true.
I mean, if I was your father, I would have hit you in the dick with a pool cue, but don't take that the wrong way.
Well, that sounds worse than what my father did. That sounds like sexual abuse and physical abuse and like psychological abuse. And
2 for 1. 2 birds with 1 stone.
It sounds super gay.
Wait, I gotta. Did anybody? I don't know how universal of an experience this was. When I was young, it was channel 14 on our TV. Did any of you guys do the thing where you had at like 12 a.m., if you would turn on Cinemax, it was like staticky blurred, but sometimes it was just enough that you could make
Scrambled
out. Like,
porn.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was just talking to somebody about that last night. When cable came out, you could like get in there, and you're watching this wobbly thing where two people seem to be hunting.
And every now and then, God would answer your
A
prayers.
boob would just
it would appear,
yes.
and like for just like a moment in time, you're like your Doctor Strange holding together the multiverse. It would be like, oh my God, that's a titty, and it's like there. You're like, ah! And even before I even knew how to come, I was just watching it getting like hard. I don't know why, but this is really awesome. Like, yeah, holy shit, what a wild ride.
But it's because I think part of it is because you think you've got like you snuck in and you did grab some power in some way that your parents didn't want you watching.
No, I think it was just.
No,
I think we're all just.
just
I think it's because
horny.
we're growing up. Yeah, we're horny. We want to fucking do shit, and like that's just part of the human experience. Like I think it's a very human thing.
Okay, so you would hit your child if you caught them experimenting sexually? Is that what you're saying?
Who, me? Only for the comedy.
Okay. Well, then that's
I'll say this, I guess. I don't know if you have kids or not. Probably one of the most disappointing things that ever happened in my life. Well, one of them more. Obviously, my child's life and his mom, and we were all fucked up. But like, I think one of the most disappointing things that ever happened was I used to be able to have pretty frank conversations with my kid and sexuality and like what's appropriate and what's not appropriate. And one time when he was over at his grandparents' house, I don't remember if he was watching a movie on his own or something, but it was some horror movie where there were boobs or something. They came out, and his grandparents caught him, and they came down on him really hard. And all it took was that one experience for him to never be open ever again about anything related to that. Like he always felt super ashamed. He always felt like really bad about it, like really embarrassed. I'm like, bro, you're like 9 years old, 10 years old. Like, I can't believe that like this sucks that now this has been like a part that's like been deleted from your brain. You feel like you can't be open about this anymore. I don't know. That's just how I see it. I wish that like kids would feel comfortable talking to their parents about this stuff. And I wish the parents wouldn't like make them feel like shit or like attack them over it when like every single person has done it.
I think
one bad conversation you can haunt you for your entire life.
Yep.
Right, this is the plan, okay?
What?
So we're going to continue with the MrGirl hate session, okay?
Oh, sorry. Okay, go ahead.
No, you can stay because you're amplifying the hatred quite well.
Well, I didn't do it in this one that well, but I'll do better in the next one, I promise. Okay.
Next time,
have to
okay,
say-
bring the heat.
I felt 10 times the hatred with Destiny here.
Oh,
so he's
well, that's
doing
good.
something.
Thanks. Okay.
Well, that's great. Good.
I'm currently
Okay.
outside stepping on baby ducks.
Okay, well, that's good.
Oh, wow.
Okay,
Okay.
Doberman choking. Any final comments?
Yeah, I have some final comments.
Make them quick.
Okay, Chud tells his kids that black people are made out of chocolate and then sends them to attack them with toy swords.
Correct.
What?
Okay.
Okay.
All right. He'll have to explain that one. I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you kids later. Bye.
No explanation needed. Bye.
No, bye.
Okay, so we're gonna get through all the people that have been waiting for a while, and then we'll circle back round. As long as you're good for time, MrGirl.
Oh, yeah.
He's good for time.
Yeah.
He's on the West
Got nothing else
Coast,
to
right?
do.
It's like fucking 2 p.m. for him, all right? He's got all the time in the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah. That's right.
Okay, brilliant. Right, here we go. Hello, Sensoteric. Hello there.
Good one. Nice job, Chud. This is the quality of show you run here. People don't even know how to use their microphones.
What the fuck do you want from me? It's not my fault people are retarded.
MrGirl.
Hey. Hello.
Well, actually, so your conversation with Shayla about
Shaylin.
Shayla.
Call her Shayla. If MrGirl doesn't respect his girlfriend, you don't have to respect her either, so go ahead.
Okay.
Wow.
So you said Shayla was being avoidant with her tattoos and piercings. Do you think all tattoos and piercings are avoidant, or was it just her case?
Well, you know what? I don't think I said that. She said she was being avoidant with her tattoos and piercings. And then I
And you
agreed with her.
reinforced that. Yeah.
Well, I don't reinforce it. I agree with her. But the whole argument we were having in that conversation, in that video, is I was saying, if you think you're being avoidant with your tattoos and piercings, you can't reverse a tattoo, but why don't you take your piercings out if you think you're being avoidant? And then she got really upset, cried, and basically said, I'm not ready to, and I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Do you think she's being avoidant?
Yes.
do you think most people with tattoos and piercings are being avoidant?
I don't know, but I think to some degree, a lot of people. I mean, certainly if you see somebody covered in like piercings, yeah, my first thought is like, you're hiding. Yeah.
Okay. Do you think? What? Do you think? I think some of your trans
What do you
arguments. I think some of your
It's
trans
the real
arguments.
question.
You have a core of like you need to represent yourself authentically, and I think that comes out in the piercing thing as well. But like,
Yeah.
I don't understand how you formulate what you think is like authentic. Like, if we were in a metaverse, do you think people should use like a character that actually represents their physical body?
No.
So why do we have to do that here if we can change it?
Okay. Do you think that having like gigantic fake boobs is authentic?
No, but I mean, it's like not the word authentic, but like, is it bad for you to be inauthentic in that way?
I don't know. I think it is, but yeah, I get what you're saying. I don't know.
So
if I
if
can
you're a
break
woman and
down,
you had
like-
breast cancer, you're not allowed to have a mastectomy. You have to be your natural self. That's you think
right?
that's-
Like so, I think that's a fine time to have a mastectomy when you have breast cancer. But
What about women that naturally have small titties? They can't have.
breast implants,
Yeah.
they can. I just don't think they should.
Okay, so let's say you got a D cup, a double deer, okay? Big mommy milkers, has breast cancer, needs
Yeah.
a dual mastectomy.
Yeah.
Now her boobs are reduced. Now they're like a B cup. She can get breast surgery, but the poor lady that has an A cup that wants big boobers, she can in Max's world. She's just fucked.
Yeah.
What if she had breast cancer and then she had breast surgery, but instead of getting her A's back, she went to D's? Is that okay?
No. And
Wow. Just
thumbs down.
MrGirl,
It's a lie.
Why are you wearing like a shirt with a design on it instead of like a plain shirt?
yeah.
To express myself.
What if big titties is? I feel
to
like I
sell
should have
shirts.
big titties, and I want to express that.
What's
I feel
wrong with
like I should
expressing
have
big titties?
Yeah.
The thing is that I'm wearing a shirt with a design on it, right? But if I get fake boobs, you don't know if they're really my boobs or not.
What if they announce it? They're like, "Yo, what's up? My name's Samantha. These titties are fake as fuck."
Or what if they get
I
the
think
real
that's-
big ones where you know it's fake?
Yeah.
Like,
The purpose of my understanding of the purpose of having fake breasts is to lie about your genetics and to make it look like you have different genes than you do. And so I think
What about
that,
guys that grow facial hair to hide a weak jawline? Is that hiding with your genetics too?
Yes.
So facial hair is unethical as well in Max's world.
It's not unethical, but I think if you're growing it out for the purpose of hiding something about yourself, there is a bit of obfuscation there.
Well, I mean, is that really truly who you are? You don't even know what the fuck somebody's face looks like, right? They could be hiding under
It's a
face their whole
spectrum.
life. Oh yeah,
It's a
now it's a
spectrum,
spectrum. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
it is a spectrum thing. Yeah.
But I think having the big fake boobs is pretty far on the spectrum of lying about yourself.
When it comes to spectrum, just to go, you're an expert. Let's be honest.
What do you mean by
Oh,
that,
yeah.
Tread Logic?
He's autistic.
Okay.
If it's a big spectrum, okay. If you have big fake titties, no one thinks your titties are real. Like you're not lying about your genetics at that
True.
point.
The big fake titties are more honest than small fake titties.
Okay. So is makeup bad?
Yes. I made a video called "Women Should Stop Wearing Makeup." I stand by it.
Wow.
What about
I filmed,
makeup
I filmed myself sitting in the cockpit of a fighter jet talking about this.
Why?
is like really theatrical,
I don't
like
know.
e-girl makeup less bad than
Yes.
like a natural look?
Exactly. A goth girl wearing makeup is different. It's more honest than makeup that's designed to look like you're not wearing makeup, right?
Okay. Do you think that you enjoy being introspective more than the average person does?
I think I can tolerate thinking about certain things about myself.
I think
More
that's
than the
true, but
average
do you
person.
think you enjoy it?
I don't know. Maybe. It's a good theory, yeah. Probably.
Do you think you're more emotional than the average
Wait,
person?
Sensoteric. Ask him what
Yeah.
level he thinks he is. Is he level
What level are
1,
you?
level 2, level 5? What do you think?
6.
Wow, he won't even
Level
engage honestly with the
6.
question. That was dishonest.
What a
5.
fucking loser.
Oh, well, I'm a level 5.
Okay. Yeah, now he says that.
What level do you
I know
think
everything.
Destiny is?
I mean, 2s always think they're 5, so I mean, it's what we'd expect.
Destiny's a level 4, level 4.9.
Okay.
I'm actually a 6, so.
What? You just took that off the table.
No, I didn't. I'm the one that helped Brittany write that system, by the way, and I reserved 6 just for myself. Only one person can be a 6.
You didn't want to take credit for it.
Yeah, there's 1 6 and 1 7, and only the 6 can kill the 7. So everybody's after me right now, you know.
It's like Stratego.
Yeah, there's an anime that does this, but okay. Anyway, sorry. About Max hating women.
Am I more emotional than most people? I don't think so. I think I'm more. I might have a lower threshold for expressing my emotions than most people. I think.
Do you think you're more emotional than Destiny?
No. I think.
No.
I think
Really?
we are both a reasonably normal amount of emotional.
Destiny, do you think he's more emotional
I
than
think.
you?
I think Destiny is more guarded.
I'm not here.
What?
I'm not here to answer questions from you right now.
Okay.
I'm just here to
I think
provoke
Destiny is.
MrGirl.
Destiny's
More guarded.
Yeah, you are. It's working. Destiny's more guarded, and he also has a much higher threshold for when he will express an emotion.
Wow.
How do you know if it's guarding versus he's just less emotional?
Context or like behavioral analysis.
See, what you don't know is MrGirl's actually an empath. He knows what
Yeah.
people are thinking just by telling them what they are. Okay.
Yeah,
You think
that's a good summary of what I was gonna say.
You
I'm
think
an
you're more
empath.
sexual than average?
Yes, I know what Steven is feeling, including sexually, because I'm an empath. Just even if he's especially if he says he's not feeling it.
Ask him if he's more pedosexual than most people.
That was my next question's literally on the list.
Okay, do I think I'm more sexual than most people? No, not really. I think I probably just talk about it more than most people. I don't think.
You think less than average, or you think you're just sitting on 50?
I think I'm sitting on 50. I mean, like, I don't know. I meet a lot of guys my age and even when we were younger who are just like, oh, like I want to fuck so bad. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'm probably like 60% out of 100 on how sexual I am. I like talking about it. I don't like doing it.
You're more of an exhibitionist than average.
I am more of an exhibitionist than the average person. That's
I mean,
for
he's
sure.
literally a porn star, right? So
Right.
Isn't there a video of you jerking off or some shit like that?
there's a documentary about him jerking off. Okay.
There's a documentary about me jerking off. Yeah.
I'm
And then
never
we're
gonna
gonna
watch
get
that. I
the
don't
whole
want to
we're
see
gonna
your
get the
cock.
whole fuck video with the doll and everything, dude. Hell yes.
Destiny,
Yeah.
have you
I
seen
filmed
Mr. Girl's cock?
myself fucking the doll.
Yeah. How could you? Why would you not want to look it up?
Yeah, I watched
Because
it
that's
today.
some gay ass shit.
I'm literally bisexual. Yeah, of course I do some gay ass shit. What the fuck?
Damn.
Do you
My
think
estimation
you
your
need
just
to
went
judge-
down.
Chud, you need to grow up, stop being homophobic, and
Yeah,
watch
true.
more porn and react
Okay,
to it.
mate. Sounds good.
Do you think your work is more moral than Dr. K's?
Yes.
Wow, what a hard question there from to answer.
Are you your moral framework, is it a little more like, the ends, or is it a little more from your intentions?
I'm an intentions guy. Steven over here is more about the ends.
Well, that's not necessarily
Yeah.
true, but okay.
Well, a lot of times you say to me, is what you're doing getting the result that you're looking for? Maybe you should tweak it a bit. I'm not saying that you're only focused on the ends, but you're certainly more focused on it than I am. I think we should just kamikaze ourselves.
How do you
Chud, this
Sorry,
guy
I just
doesn't
wanna
sound like
ask.
a hater very much, Chud.
No, listen, I've got a question, Destiny. What can you do an impression of what a kamikaze pilot would sound like? No. As in the pilot in the cockpit as he's crashing into a ship. What would he be saying if he was talking? What might he sound like?
I don't know. Good question. I'd have to go and look up a video, I guess.
Well, no, it's a Japanese thing, isn't it? So put,
I don't
put two and
speak
two
any
together.
Japanese, so I couldn't even do it, right? Damn.
Damn, shame.
Yeah.
Anyway, listen, let's move on to the next person. Thank you so much for coming on. Any final comments?
Don't thank him.
Uh,
That wasn't good
follow me
hate
on
at all.
Twitch.
Why are you thanking him?
Sensoteric.
You're such a bitch.
Well, I was good. So the hate was okay.
professionalism.
How do you
Pick it up.
prevent? How do you prevent yourself from doing what Dr. K does? Because it seems like you've just done that gradually more and more. And I think you are being more protective, but like the Anna BPD, no one should talk to Anna. Like, I think that was clear before you talked to Anna.
Wait, are you talking about
Like,
me or MrGirl?
No, well, I'm just talking about what because he came and talked to you and her.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Oh my God, true. Big true.
Like,
dude, you fucking
no
got
one
him.
should talk to Anna.
Holy
like, you know
shit.
that. You know she has
Slam
BPD.
dunk.
You know.
This is the end.
Destroyed.
Yeah, how do you defend that?
Exploitation.
You just got fucking wrecked.
Shut the fuck up. I have a couple defenses. One, I'm not a therapist or a doctor.
He's gone. He's gone.
That's fine. That's fine.
Fuck
He's still
you.
listening. I'm not a therapist or a doctor. Two, Dr. K would be asking Anna about her parents abusing her, about her.
Oh, so like you did with
her-
Brittany.
Yeah, what I did with Brittany was a lot more like Dr. K than what I did with Anna. That's true. With Brittany, yeah, I don't think I asked about her parents, but I made some guesses about them.
You were trying to have your Dr. K moment.
Yeah.
You know what you remind me
feel
of?
a bit-
You're the kind of guy that wants to have his special K and eat it too.
I feel
Okay, anyway, listen,
I feel
shut up.
conflicted about having done that, but at the same time, if you're on your stream
fucked up.
telling people they should kill
Take the
themselves
L.
or that
Take the
society
L.
would be better without
Take the L,
them.
bro. Just take the fucking
It
L.
felt no. Well, yeah, I'll take the L, but I just want to explain
Excellent,
that
good.
Okay.
it felt
Yeah,
like
explain
a
your L away.
it felt
Go
like
on.
it felt like an emergency.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Apologies. Hello there. How are you doing?
Rightio.
Welcome.
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Nice to talk to you, Chud. Nice to talk to you, Destiny. Hi, MrGirl.
Hey.
I just had like a quick thing. I was nice to talk to you too, MrGirl. My bad.
Oh, God
No,
damn it.
but for real, my only thing is I don't take up too much time because I feel like someone already like kind of came in here way more aggressively than me. But why is it that you come in way more hard on some people than others and derail conversations to the point where they're unproductive, unless Destiny's around to kind of hold your hand to keep you from like going off onto a tangent that like makes it so no more productive stuff happens. It primarily happens on panels, but you did it to you did it to Lauren Southern. You did it to you do it to a lot of people. It started us, but then when Destiny comes in, he can like rein you in and actually make you be productive. Because I've seen you do like great things with, although you just got raked over the coals over the Anna thing, but like I've seen you like actually be kind of helpful and like rein yourself back in and be able to like, you know, kind of move a conversation along. But most of the time, it feels like you're just like kicking the train off the tracks and watching it explode next to you.
Damn.
Can you give me an example of me kicking the train off the tracks?
Yeah, give him an example.
Well, just when you basically go straight into a conversation with.
Can you give me
Lauren
an
Southern.
example?
Give him an example. Shut this kid down. Look at chat. They might be helping right now. Look at chat. They might have an example.
No, the example is just whenever you go, you'll tell people exactly.
That's not an example.
Oh,
You
I
can't
know
start an
exactly
example
who
with
you
whatever.
are. I know
You can either,
exactly-
okay, it's happening right now. This is perfect. I'm asking you for an example, and you're saying you're giving one, and yet you're not. And so now the conversation will become derailed because I will endlessly harp over the fact that you are actually not providing an example. And so your only choices are to provide an example or say that you're not going to provide an example. And if you continue to do neither, then the conversation will be derailed.
Ooh.
Because
Fair point,
in order
yeah.
for it to continue, I have to agree that an example is not an example.
Ask Chud. Maybe
But I
Chud
don't
knows.
want-
Ask
I'm-
Chud. Appeal to Chud.
I'm not going to do that.
I don't give a shit about any of
No,
this.
but with that being said, well, how come that? Do you not find that counterproductive to the point where like you like stop something from getting to the point where you can like actually
No,
get your
because
point across?
you are trying to use social niceties or like the pressure of like the stream or whatever or Chud being in a hurry to strong arm me into telling you that you've given me an example of something when you haven't. And I just don't want to communicate that way. And I find that it undermines so Destiny is willing to overlook certain things. When he finds that that's going to happen, he'll just kind of say, "Okay, you're not going to give me an example. Well, anyway, let's move on. Like whatever." And yeah, I get stuck. And so if Steven comes in and he's moderating, and then he says like, "Well, we're not going to get stuck by this." If he's in control of the conversation, then I'm like, "Sure, I'll go along with it." But if I'm playing the role of moderator and I'm also like a participant, then like, no, we're not fucking going anywhere. To either give me an example or just say you're not going to.
All right, that answers my question. I appreciate you guys' time. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wow.
Okay.
No example.
That was
Have an ass
fiery.
motherfucker.
That was fiery, Chad. You got any more of those? Jeez.
So there's a couple more people who've been waiting a while, and then we're going to circle back round. There's some of the people that want round 2 already, Mr. Girl, and one is
Oh,
on
wow.
trans issues. So
We
you
gotta-
know,
we
you
gotta-
can beat up on that.
I want firecrackers, and you're giving me a
Whoa.
trash bag full of wet laundry.
True.
I'm doing my best with what I've got. Okay, right,
I know.
cheeks.
Nobody hates me.
Hi, Mr. Girl.
Hello.
I hate you.
Nice.
And
No, you
I
don't.
think you're lying about yourself.
Okay. About what?
True.
I think you are a licensed therapist or have had training to be a therapist.
My father. Was
I know
a therapist.
I know the story.
Yeah.
I know the story.
You don't need to explain it. He
Okay.
knows your past, obviously. Okay, keep going. What do you
Well, I
think?
just want to explain for context.
No,
my father was a
that's not. We're
therapist.
not here for contact. This isn't Mr. Girl Stream. This is Chud's show. Okay, go ahead.
Oh,
what were
you're
you
right.
saying?
Okay.
This guy. So he's had training. I agree, by the way. So keep going.
Yeah, so I think, Mr. Girl,
You think
you're
I'm
very.
lying?
I think you're lying. I think you're very good at talking to people, especially vulnerable people.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched a lot of Advice and Confessions,
Mm-hmm.
and you're very precise about your guests.
Yeah.
It's like you're protecting your guests, you're protecting the people in their stories, you're protecting the audience and yourself at the same time.
So that he can have a good show, just like Dr. K, basically, right?
Yeah.
I think that's something I've only found in therapy, and I don't think it's like a skill you just stumble onto in your life. The way you talk about personal training clients is suspiciously like therapeutic.
Okay, so your theory is, I kind of did therapy with a lot of my.
Because if
personal
you think
training.
about
Right,
it, well,
that's
here,
what you said.
context for the audience. Mr. Girl's central critique of Dr. K is that Dr. K has had training. If Dr. K was a normal person, then Mr. Girl would have no argument. But if we can show that Mr. Girl has had training, oh my goodness!
Oh my god!
Now
the
we
person who
fucking-
Game
figures
over.
out
GG.
the person who figures out where that I'm actually Dr. Girl, that would destroy me.
Did they let you be a doctor if you're a pedo rapist?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so your theory is that I was not actually a personal trainer,
Yeah, you're.
and that I
There's
and
the
that
only
I'm
evi-
just
the
I'm,
only
I'm saying well, no, I'm just saying personal training as a euphemism for when really I was doing therapy.
Yep.
right. You could have been a personal trainer, but I think the skills you have. You made an Instagram page in 2018. It has 4 posts
Uh-oh.
about your training business.
What did these posts
It'd
say?
be surprising for me that you have these skills from a couple years of personal training. And I just don't think.
No. I
you seem
had
like
the skills before. Okay, first of all, it has 8 posts, asshole. Second of all,
Yeah, my apologies.
You said like 4. Okay, 8 is like 4. Go ahead.
okay, well, 8's twice double 4.
But 2 is double
I didn't
1.
develop-
2 is like 1. Okay. Sorry, keep going.
Okay. I'm not saying that I didn't develop those skills by personal training. I had them already. That's why I wanted to be a trainer, because I was like,
Okay.
it's kind of like being a therapist, but with no rules.
Wait, where do you get those personal skills from, though? That's where his training was. I think what happened was, I'm following
I
your
spent
story.
my-
Hold on. Let's let him
Thank
finish,
you.
okay? So what he was saying was, Mr. Girl, I think, has had formal training in therapy, but then he couldn't make it as a therapist. And instead, he decided to take those skills and use them to exploit people into PT, personal training. That's what he did. That's the story of Mr. Girl. And now he's taking those same skills. He went from exploiting people with personal training to exploiting people on Advice and Confessions with Mr. Girl.
Bring it home with Dr. K. Tie it all together.
Dr. K represents what Mr. Girl wanted to be. Somebody that could take his training and use it to help the world, but could never be because he couldn't hack it in that world. So now he does what Dr. K does while pretending he's not Dr. K, while trying to tear down Dr. K for doing what he never could.
And he reflects my lie.
I think that's why you despise him so much.
Because if Max can't do it, why should anybody else be allowed to do it?
Because you were honest enough to lie. You did the moral thing, and you lied about your past. But
I was
Dr.
honest
K,
enough to lie.
he used his career to
Wait, how is
to
it?
jumpstart his streaming career while you had to crawl through the depths of YouTube.
Oh yeah. I see what you're saying. It's a hell of a theory.
Well, what do you
You
got?
know,
Ask him fitness questions. Name every single synergist muscle involved in a squat.
Well, I have no fucking idea.
And this guy was a personal trainer?
Glute. Quads.
Yeah, right. Look at that. He knows
hamstrings.
more about psychology than personal training. Why?
Oh, I do. I see. Most of personal training, you teach people
Eating
to squat,
less.
but yeah, it's telling people how to eat less food. That's right.
I think,
And that's therapy.
yeah, that's why I'm saying it's suspiciously therapeutic.
Well, it's not suspicious now because I think now we know the story, right?
We know the truth. Yeah. Are you asking me how I develop these skills, or you just want to say your theory?
Well, I hate you because I trust you, and I trust you to lie about your past. But if the MrGirl house is built on a lie, what's going to happen when it grows to 100, 200,000 trusting, loyal fans? Because you're very good at you're very trustful, I think.
You're saying I could lie. People would trust me, and I could lie, and they would believe me.
Yeah, should any one person have that power?
To have people believe things they say, yeah, I think that lots of people can have the power to be
I think
trusted.
you're better at it than the average person, though.
At lying, or seeming like I'm telling the truth, or
At being trustful, because I think your honesty, it's like a magician opening their pockets. It's like, yeah, we all fucking know the ball's not in there. We all know you're not a pedophile or a rapist. But I think you're distracting us.
True.
from some other from the lie that I was
Something
secretly
more
was trained
insidious.
as a therapist. Well, I think if I was trained as a therapist, don't you think this would come out eventually? That doesn't sound like a sustainable lie.
Yeah, and that's my real problem is I do trust you, and I think a lot of people trust you. And if that comes out, what's going to happen to your channel? What's
Empire.
going to happen to those people?
Your throne of lies.
Are you saying that I'm too good to be true?
Yeah, it's like you know when you're playing Smash and someone
Yes.
beats you
Yes.
every time, and they make one mistake and you take a stock and you get so happy you just want to teabag them. It's like that kind of.
I don't teabag people when I play Smash.
Okay.
I think that's
Okay.
immoral.
That was great.
Okay. I have one other complaint. Why do you have return guests on Advice and Confessions?
Yeah,
It feels
true. What the
uncomfortable
fuck?
to me.
Yeah, because now you're developing like a
That's
therapeutic
fucking
relationship.
bullshit.
Oh my god. You
I
really
have
do
no
that?
idea.
I am not in charge of the guests on Advice and Confessions. I have no involvement in the choosing of who comes on. I could ban return guests.
Washing your hands of it, very convenient.
Sounds like
Wait,
what Brittany
fuck
said
either
about
way.
choosing clients. She doesn't always accept everybody and she turns some away and everything. But good enough for you, not enough for her. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I don't know.
anything else on
I don't-
deflections with
I-
Mr. Girl, or are we going to the next episode now?
I don't know the answer. Why do we have return guests? I don't know.
Well, because
It's
it's
a good
more money,
question.
it's more content. You can milk out
I
their
think- I
lives.
think-
more chances to get another Dr. K moment.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, cheeks. Sweet cheeks. Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay. Right, so I've actually got a double whammy here.
Oh.
Destiny, I know you're in the role of hate, advocator,
Uh-huh.
but they want to
So we
challenge
hate both
you
of us?
on your Twitch ban. So let's see what
It's
happens.
just going to be some fucking boring fuck.
I'll help them out.
Yeah.
Who? Come on.
Good one.
Oh shit! I think. Oh no.
What?
I don't know. He's there. He's there. Come on, Coop. Speak up. This is your moment to shine.
Hello? Sorry, mate. I was, it is, isn't it?
My bad.
Oh, nice.
Go on.
Cool. We got the typing and everything. Is he gonna type to us?
Sorry. I'm not up to your levels, Destiny. So...
That level being level 5, by the way. But go ahead.
Level 5.
Coop, I do
so-
impressions of you sometimes to Shaylin.
You do what, sorry?
Oh
I
my
do
god, is
impressions
that
of you to
Chud's
Shaylin
brother?
sometimes.
You do impressions of me to Shaylin? What the fuck?
Yeah, every
Seriously?
once in a while, we'll be talking.
What the fuck?
I'll say, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Let's see, you keep talking,
God.
but no one's listening to
Wait,
anything
are you
you're
doing an
fucking
impression of
saying.
someone with?
We
are
got
you doing
like 2
an impression of
Beatles in
someone
here
with
right now. We
Rhyme?
just need a couple more. We're good to go.
That sounds like Rizzo. Anyway, yeah, I didn't think you remember me actually. So I've been making
No,
notes
I remember you.
as you've been going.
You're a character in our
Thank you.
lexicon. Yeah, you're welcome.
So I've got a few points really. You're asking someone for like what's an example of a flawed assumption before, and I think one would be like you're hypersexual, and I think that's pretty uncommon. Is that fair to say?
Hypersexuality is uncommon.
Yeah, like you're a pervert, and then I think that's pretty uncommon.
True.
I think that is pretty uncommon too. Yeah, I mean by
So, like,
definition, it has
So
to be
you
uncommon.
have the perspective of an uncommon subsample.
Oh,
right?
I don't think I'm hypersexual.
Oh,
Oh, so you think it's normal
you
that
have-
people would pose nude for art,
Yeah.
or for celebrity birthday parties, or have sushi eaten off their body, or make
Or
video
jerk off
porn
to
videos?
cuties.
Yeah, or jerk off to the cute chubby girl in Cuties, or any of these things, right? You think that's normal?
I never said I jerked off to cuties.
Oh,
The other
okay.
stuff.
Yeah, but everything else
The
is
other
true.
stuff
You said-
happened.
You said you wanted
No,
to.
you
and
know
film
what?
it and put
You
it
know
onto
what?
YouTube. You fucking liar.
Yeah, you did.
do you have a Roomba by any chance? I was just curious.
He does have a Roomba, and he attaches a dildo to it, and he fucks himself with it.
I was going to ask you how old is it? So yeah,
Is it
my point-
hypersexual?
Yeah. That's my example I wanted to give you there. That like a flawed assumption you may have is like projecting these emotions onto.
I don't think I'm
and you're far
hypersexual.
more-
I think I'm more. I think I'm like more exhibitionistic or more outgoing with my sexuality.
Yeah,
There's
how
been
normal do you
times-
think that is? How many people are exhibitionist? How many people
That's
know what it
abnormal.
means? Yeah, exactly. Okay.
But you seem like a very like a coomer. You
This
know?
isn't about me right now,
Okay.
Max.
Okay.
about
I'm just
me.
saying that like you might be more sexual than I am. I just might be more outwardly sexual.
Even there though, like if you're more outwardly sexual,
Mm-hmm.
then you project that onto other people. Then it's skewed in some way. So this may be a false assumption you have. I just
sure.
wanted to give you that
Okay.
example.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. That makes sense. Or maybe I think people are more closeted than they actually are, and they're just normal.
Maybe another problem I have. I think you were mean to Zonya, and I think you owe Zonya an apology.
Oh, true.
Oh, Zonia?
Absolutely. You mistreated her so much in that conversation. It was unbelievable.
Which today?
Yeah, Zonia, when you
No,
talked to
it
her.
must have been a while ago.
I think it was
Must have
like
been a while ago.
like a month ago, right?
Oh, the one where I told her that I wanted her to be my little test bunny and put on blackface to see if she feels still feels
that one.
gendered
That was
dysphoria.
horrible.
And another point I have.
I think anyone should be honored to be my test bunny. I think Zonia felt very
Yeah.
touched by that.
I just think she's a very sweet and kind person. I think you being like very aggressive with her and stuff is just like I don't
No,
think
she's
you're
a- she's-
transphobic. I think you're
she's-
trans rude, trans impolite.
Okay, she's a kind person, but she's also kind of a passive aggressive bitch.
So you think that makes you
No,
allowed to be
no.
sexually aggressive towards her in conversations? You think that's a normal response?
I don't know if it's normal, but I think it's
Well, it's not
warranted.
normal because you're a sexual pervert. That's the whole point of this conversation, is you acknowledging how abnormal it is.
I guess that is a bit abnormal to tell someone you want them to be your test bunny just because you're angry at them.
Yep, and to be a porn star, and to talk about your sex doll, and to
Do you know who
yes.
else like test bunnies? Dr. Joseph Mengele, Auschwitz Angel of Death.
Did he really?
That's true.
Yeah,
has to
I
be
feel
one.
like you also both deserve to be banned too.
Really? Wait,
Yeah.
why do I deserve to be banned?
Like in terms of like Twitch's business standards, like I think you both push the limits, and then when you push the limits and get banned, you can't act surprised. And Destiny, I think you're still saying like I'll never know why I was banned when like you do know why you were banned. Was it like hateful?
No, but they don't
conduct or
actually
something?
tell you why you're banned.
Yeah.
But,
that's
but
what
they
he doesn't
can't,
make.
can they? If they tell you what it is, it'll be like Destiny's server, where it's like You just get to race bait people into getting themselves kicked out. Like they know how to evade the limit basically if you tell people what the limit is. So I can understand why they don't.
Wait, okay.
I think
to be
YouTube knows
clear,
what the limit is.
that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire fucking life.
I know, that's why you banned me for it. That's why you banned me for it when I brought it up.
Oh, that I
as a
should have,
question.
because it is dumb. Because if you're an adult human, which I am, and you have adult responsibilities like you do, you don't push the line. You figure out exactly where the line is. You don't fucking step over it. If I know where the line is, I'm not going to push it, right? Like when I got banned for saying the F word when I was playing League in like 2017, that was the first time Twitch banned for that. I never said it again. That's really easy. If I know what the rules are, I'm not going to break them.
You never said it again publicly, you mean?
Yeah, true. Absolutely true.
I think you're still incentivized to like push the line.
No,
like,
I'm
to
not.
get
That's not
get as
true.
many
That's not why
toes
people
over
watch
as
me.
you
It's
can.
because I push the line. I can provide
I
plenty
think
of
it is
content.
why people
It's
watch
not-
you. I
that's
think
not-
like you generate these kinds of dramas and then people watch
No,
you.
that's the
and,
kind. That's
like, look
shit
at
that people say they don't watch any of my shit. There's plenty of stuff I do. I do better news coverage than any other fucking like illiterate dipshit on this fucking platform. Number one.
IRI?
Okay. Okay. Hold on.
Better than IRI?
Maybe not better than IRA, but I'm also
Yeah,
really
okay.
entertaining when I do it. I don't need drama to like carry me through shit. Like you can go and look at the history of my streaming and stuff. Like it's not like I'm
I think
constantly
just
hunting for
one-
and searching for drama.
One criticism that I have of you is like, people will defend you like, oh, Destiny's like, it's technically true, right? But then what about the person that you've attacked? Isn't what they've said technically true? Like if you give them 4 hours to justify it, then they'll be just as valid as you are.
For what?
So like the stealthing thing, for example, you may be sick of hearing about it.
What about
So
it?
like you like quote, you didn't say to her directly, like you didn't victim blame her directly, but you replied on something else, and she's obviously going to find out about it. And then people are defending you, like even the people defending you saying this is like overtly aggressive and unnecessary,
Bro,
but it's technically
It's
true.
Twitter. Block and move on. If you can't handle that, get the fuck off the internet. You don't belong here. You shouldn't be here. You don't deserve to be here. It like if you're getting traumatized because of people saying mean things to you on Twitter, when you can push a block button, then you need to.
They can't though. They can't. They can block you, but then all of your followers will go after them and brigade.
All
them,
of my
so-
followers. No, do you know why they don't? It's
Many.
because-
Come
no.
on, Pete.
It's
come
probably
on.
like
Be
10.
good
It's
faith.
like 10 at the
If you be
most.
good faith to me, I'll start watching your
If
content.
I don't
How
first,
about
I don't
that?
want you to watch my content. I don't give a fuck if you watch my content. Okay, number one. Number two, like here's good faith. Okay, if you don't want to deal with somebody, then you block them. You just don't talk about them. You move on. Do you know how many of these motherfuckers cry about getting brigaded when they're like subtweeting me constantly? When people like Doe are tweeting at me from behind a block? When these people are
Doe.
posting screenshots. Here's something that you might not know. Anytime you see somebody on Twitter complaining about me posting a screenshot of what I've said, the reason why they're doing this is because I fucking blocked them and they still want to tweet about me. So no, I'm not gonna have any sympathy for them if like 3 of my fans end up in their mentions saying like, hey, you're a dumb fuck.
What if it's 300 and not 3?
It's never been 300. It's never been.
What if it
300.
was?
It
What if
hasn't
it
been.
was?
It hasn't been. If it has been, then
What if
I
it
probably
was?
directed an attack.
You like hypotheticals, my friend.
I'm not hypothetical, bro. I live on the internet. I know what 300 people harassing you looks like. That's a lot of people. 300 is a big deal. Like it's very rare that even I get like that level of pushback on my tweets, unless there's some big drama going on, or there's a lot of tweets that are brigading me. Because by the way, people do that when they call for people to ban me, when they call for people to like shit talk me, when they call for people to report my stuff. Like that is actual brigading. People do actual brigading.
Do you feel like if your community was like mostly unhealthy or toxic, like mostly, do you think that that'd reflect on you in any way? That was the question I originally
If what
asked
was
you,
unhealthy,
and then-
what?
Like if your community was unhealthy or it was just filled with people saying no, and just imitate you like they're possessed because they're so parasocial, would that not be a
Everything
problem to you?
everything in life. Parasocial was the dumbest. I wish it was never introduced on anything because people use parasocial when they talk about streamers in ways that they've never used before. You know what's parasocial? Is buying the same fucking shoes that your favorite NBA player wears, or getting pictures with somebody and then treasuring these like autographs for the rest of your fucking life because they sing a song that you think relates to you, or people that watch TV and they buy the same fucking clothes or whatever, or they talk like people in Disney Channel shows. Like everybody is parasocial with all content they consume. It's literally what culture is. Culture is by definition parasocial. We copy the people around us and the things that they do. Like the idea that is like unique to streamers or something, I don't know, it's really cringe. Be like, oh, they talk just like you, they're parasocial. Like motherfucker, how many people talk like fucking people on TV shows and shit or movies that they see? Like, come on.
Yeah, but you're responsible for it. That's what, like, it's gonna happen. It's inevitable, but you are responsible for it. That's what I asked you, and then you said like, I
Am I
asked
responsible
you in
for
the most,
what?
like charitable way. I said,
If people are
hang
mean,
on. Like,
go ahead.
hang on, hold on, I'll tell you.
Go ahead.
No. This is as we're supposed to say. So I asked you, like, do you feel like you are responsible for it in any way, or that you shouldn't be? And then you said, why don't you just tell me what you mean? So I said that you're mass producing like debate bro incels, and then you banned me. Or not you. I was banned.
I don't think I mass
Not you
produce
personally.
debate bro incels. Like, I think that we stay away from
I feel that you do.
I don't know what people think debate bro means. Like, overwhelmingly, the majority of my content is usually just like chill conversations. The people that think that I'm like a hardcore debate bro are people that are like looking at like Twitter clips and shit. Like, I'm pretty sure over half my conversations, even people I super, even with lefties, the majority of my conversations have been relatively tame. But like on the one that'll be like really like boisterous or whatever, where I expose something, like that's the one that gets clipped and everybody passes it around.
Yeah, all you're saying there is that the imitation may be a false one. And I know a lot of people go to your Discord server that aren't necessarily viewers of yours, so that shouldn't reflect upon you. But even then, to an extent, like if so many toxic people were coming around your community, surely it must say something about you. I think you have
toxic
to
people, but that's the thing. Toxic people compared to what? Like, do you think that my community is more toxic than like XQCs or fucking Asmongold's or any of that shit? Like, I get compared.
Yours is more toxic than say Hassan's, for example.
No, absolutely not. You're absolutely not. I totally disagree.
They're all normal people. They don't read.
Bro, they're literally in chat spamming racial slurs about me because they think it's funny. You think that that's not toxic? Like, get the fuck out of here.
No, it's not. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that is.
What is
toxic.
your fucking point?
Oh, the one that I just wanted him to buy. Like, surely at some point, the health of your.
You want him to say his community? You want him to say his own community?
Here's
is
like
toxic?
I reject this. I think I have one of the best communities online. I think I do. I think I have one of the least toxic communities online. I think that the issue is
it being the best community. Do you feel that reflects you?
Yeah, I think it does, and I'm proud of my community. I think here's the issue. The issue is that one, most of you guys have never interacted with large communities before, so you don't know what it's like, right? When I did that JonTron debate, I got not when you guys say hundreds or thousands. I actually got thousands. Like, I went to sleep and I clicked on my Twitter thing and I clicked the mentions part, so I wasn't getting like likes and shit. I had over 9,000 ads at me in one night. That's what it looks like when you deal with really large communities, okay? Anytime it happens, there's gonna be people that attack you, but that's not because JonTron was brigading me. I don't think he was brigading me. I don't think he was directing harassment. That's just the nature of fighting with really large people online. It happens. But like, I'll fight with people that have like, 15 followers, and then they'll fight with me. And you know what? They'll say like, oh, hundreds of DGGers harass me? No. You know what it's usually like 2 or 3. But that's enough to create an impression, and that's why every time I push people like, hey, post screenshots, what's going on? When people like Josie say, oh, I had to ban dozens of people on chat. No, you banned 4 people, and only one of them was being transphobic. You're like, everybody just exaggerates the fuck out of everything. Given the size of my community, I think I do better than any other content creator on the entire fucking internet, all of the internet, at least in English, at managing them and not having them be like hateful, insane, and crazy. Especially given the types of arcs that I go through with other people that I disagree with.
It's great that you value that then, and but like, you have to buy the inconsistency there. When it reflects well upon you, it's okay accepting it, and if it were to reflect badly upon you, you're unwilling to face that.
No, if it reflects badly on me, I would accept that too. I'd say, okay, well, we need to change some shit. Like, I did a panel the other day, and there was, when people came up to ask questions, a lot of people in my chat were typing, I don't know a lot, but like enough, we're typing like pretty shitty things about the person, like calling them fat or whatever. I don't think that's cool. We shouldn't do that. I told them, hey, fuck that shit off. Like, we're not gonna do that. I'll ban people if I see shit like that going on.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty much out, but it's a pleasure. Take care.
I love you.
Thanks, Scoop. Cheers. The one and only tomfoolery for some tomfoolery.
Oh.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Tom.
Nice meeting you, MrGirl. What's up, Destiny and Chud? How y'all doing?
Hi, what's up?
Good.
Nice to meet you. You don't hate me.
I don't hate you. I actually did make a video though called MrGirl Hit Piece a while ago. With
that's really good. Real quick, I love you guys, and I have to peace out. Okay, be careful, stay safe. I believe in you. Okay, good luck.
Later.
Bye, Steven.
Bye.
Send me pictures of you as a kid.
I'm doing.
Hey, Steven. I have an update for you.
On what?
Buck Angel.
Yeah.
Is on board for the Transfer Culture panel.
Yeah. Wait, I agreed to a time and date for that, didn't I? Hold on.
You did. May 2nd, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Did I put it on my calendar? May 2nd. Oh, yeah, I did.
Thanks.
Yeah, we're there. Yeah. Yep.
Buck Angel and Brianna Wu.
Oh, God.
You got Brianna Wu on? No fucking way.
You got Brianna Wu?
You gotta be kidding me. That's
okay,
insane.
hold on. I gotta ask you a quick question, okay? Because I had a friend in the past that was really good at getting, like, B-list celebrities and shit on their show. But sometimes I get mad and then they don't come on anymore. And that guy got really mad at me one time. Do you want me to be like on my best behavior for these people, or can I fight with these people at all? Or
absolutely do not be on your best behavior.
Okay, just being okay. Maybe.
I want you to be yourself no matter what. I would never ask you
to
gotcha. Change.
Okay. All right. I love you. It should be fun. Have fun. Peace out.
I love you too. Bye, Steven.